Hey guys, so I wanted to make this video really quick just because I think it's kind of a good thing to touch on for some people who probably haven't done this with their horses. But right now I'm letting my horses graze in the yard. They have a paddock right here, just a dry lot, and the gate is like down there at the bottom. But if I go in here in the cattle paddock, I can zoom in on the horse's pasture, which, yeah, you can see is that strip right down there. And I don't know if you can tell, I'm sure you probably can compared to the cattle's pasture, but on this side, you can tell that the grass is like really short. And it's April right now, and I live in Iowa, so we have winter. And so the horses obviously aren't on pasture in the winter because it's all snow. And I actually locked them out of the pasture once the grass started to, peek through. And they haven't been on pasture at all this year yet because you can see how short it is. They haven't been on the pasture at all, and it's still that short. So like the grass isn't growing pretty much. And if the horses were still on it, it basically just kind of kills the grass, and it would just be kind of like dirt spots out there. So we've been keeping them off of it just to let the grass fill out and grow, because the cattle pasture over here, you can see the grass is pretty lush, and then the horse pasture is really short. So I've been keeping them off of it, and we fertilized it to kind of help, to help it grow. And I'm gonna keep them off of it for maybe another month till it's really, better. So since we've just been feeding them hay, today I let them graze in the yard. And yeah, probably some people are going to be like, oh, that's dangerous, you shouldn't do that. But I'm letting them graze in the yard here. And basically, I didn't really have anywhere else to tie Soccer, so I just tied him to this. But it's a quick release knot, so if he was pulling or something, I can just quickly undo it. But I have this really long, it's probably 30 or 40 feet rope, and I tied it to his halter. And then Sugar over here, I have my lunge line that I never use. Tied it to the post and just clipped it on her halter. My horses, I've done this with them like 100 times, so they're really used to this. And both of them really maneuver around the rope. If they step on it, they just move their feet out of the way. Soccer, you can tell he has it between his legs right now. And if once he realizes that, he'll probably just step over it. See, there he stepped on his rope. Just picked his foot up and moved it. So really not a big deal. That is actually something really good you should do with your horse, because there's so many horses that I've worked with that once they step on the rope, they freak out and they can break your lead ropes. And it's just a total mess. Or if they get their foot caught under it, they freak out and rip and pull. So like, just as an exercise with your horse, put their halter on, like a rope halter, obviously, so it doesn't break, and put them in the paddock and just let them drag their lead rope around and let them get used to having their head stuck. Let them use their brain and just realize, oh, okay, if I just move my foot, it's fine. So I tied them out on these really long lines just to let them get some grass since they're not on pasture. And this is something I feel like many people should practice with their horses, because these guys are so used to it. They've done it so many times. But it can actually be very dangerous. Like with Luna, please don't poop in the yard, Soccer. With Luna, I did this a couple times, and I mentioned her in my last video. I put her out on a really long line. It wasn't even this long, actually. It was probably 15 feet. And she actually got tangled in it. She got her feet all looped up in it, and she was actually on the ground flailing because she couldn't get up because she was tangled in it. And of course I had to go out there and untie her and pick her back up and pet her and make her realize, hey, it's fine. But I mean, things like this just overall I think make a better horse. Like right now they're not on pasture. I can't fence in my whole yard. So I'm able to do things like this for them and just tie them out and let them have, an hour like this. And I don't have to worry about them getting tangled and watch them for, you know, an entire hour. And it's just really nice to have this. And it's nice for them to learn to use their brains, and if they get in a situation like that, to just move and figure it out themselves. So like what I said with Luna, if your horse gets tangled like that, you know, obviously they can get injured or whatever, but if you catch it quick enough, it can really be a learning experience for them to just use their brain and realize, oh, okay, I just need to watch the rope. Like Soccer, he's probably gotten tangled in it. I don't remember when, but he probably has. But now that I've done it with him so many times, he watches the rope and makes sure he doesn't get his feet tangled in the rope, and now I can do this whenever I want pretty much with them. So I recommend doing it with your horse, maybe not at like a public barn. I mean, I know that's kind of hard for some people since they board, but even if you are, just screw everyone else. Just do whatever you want with your horse. Let them out, let them graze like this. You know, keep an eye on them, of course, if your horse has never done this before, because, you know, they can get injured and scare other horses, or someone else might be freaking out about your horse being tangled and whatever. But, you know, it's good for them to learn. It's good for them to use their brain and figure it out themselves. And yeah, so that was just my short little video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment video requests down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.